Oh my god, you guys are quick. I am associated with Silksong? How in the world does that happen? I've never even played the games. That's impressive. Hey, Nihala. How's it going? Giving it a couple minutes for people to roll in. Oh no, are you what is that called? Are you Pavloving me to your Silksong games? Is that what's happening? I am going to try and host I think it's called Quinn. Oh, hi Trill. Come on, buddy. Yeah, I think it's called Quinn. I don't know enough about this, so I have some reading, some researching to do, but I think I'm going to do all of this via llama.cpp. We shall see if that works. And I'm going to be doing it on this computer on the floor next to me. Right there. That computer right there. 3090 Ti with 24 gigabytes of video RAM. Now, I did do a little bit of research, and I guess the 3090 Ti's don't have 8-bit floating point precision, so it's not going to be as efficient to run a model on it as compared to like a 5090. And I did some quick Googling just to see how much a 5090 is these days. And on Amazon used, I can get a 5090 for like 5K, which is just holy shit. That's insane. So I'm not sure. And we'll have to see how this goes if I'm even able to get it up and running. If I am able to get it up and running, I do want to try and use it with a small C++ project. I think, generally speaking, I am a good judge of written C++. I've been reviewing C++ for a long time. So we'll see what, if I'm able to get this up and running, we'll see what it's able to do. I'm honestly not sure, Buzz. I'm still learning. I just know that and it might be part of whatever algorithms are running on it on the GPU. It might be that it's just able to do or optimize its calculations based on which floating point registers are available. I'm guessing. I don't know. I am about as ignorant as you can be when it comes to how these models actually work. Like for the most part, I've just been a end user. How's it going, Buffer? Let's do this. So just a little reminder. I have let me fix my camera here. I have a Ryzen 5950X CPU, 64 gigs of RAM, DDR4 is Ryzen 5 series DDR4, I think. A 3090 Ti for the win 3 EVGA card with 24 gigs of virtual memory. So I should, in theory, be set up to do a little bit of AI. I'm not 100% sure. I'm getting mixed messages when I read Reddit posts on people's success stories with the 3090 Ti. Some, it sounds like it does great. Others, I'm not sure if they are configuring things correctly. And there's so much that goes into this that I'm still not 100% sure I understand. Because there's also this harness I need to use. So I don't know if that's what the llama.cpp is. So I'm very much still ignorant. Yeah, this is me trying to learn it, basically, at this point. I'm doing good, Buffer. Good day at work. Had a meeting, gave a demo. The demo went well. Can't really complain. A little tired, but that's fine. So I haven't actually got started. Let me maximize the screen here. I haven't done anything to this system yet, other than earlier hosted GitLab, which turned to, it was a disaster, basically. But I think I install this tool, and then I will use it to download the model. And the model being Quinn 3.8, I think is what I'm going to try. Watch, this is me getting my PC hacked in real time. CUDA. Downloading CUDA probe found 86. Downloading Llama. I also don't know how big the downloads are, so I don't know how long this is going to take. I actually didn't consider that. I mean, I have decent internet, so hopefully not too long. That's okay. We can listen to some chill music while we wait. Probably less than 100. I think I agree with that. I think I saw... let's see. I'm doing Quinn. So this is something I don't understand. Well, there you go. 28.6 gigs. Holy moly. All right. I download at 1 gigabit a second. So that's like what? I can't do the math in my head. Well, whatever 1 gigabit is divided by 8, that gives you how many megabytes a second? And then take that, divide by, or use that to divide into 28.6. Yeah, I guess this is the 27B version. I think I understand that B is billion, as in 27 billion parameters. What? And there's also, I'm not understanding, let's see, I can look at shows smaller quantizations. So I don't know what these quantizations are, but there is a Q80 and a Q4KM. One requires 48 gigabytes plus, another requires 32 gigabytes, and it's not clear to me if that is RAM or video memory that I need, in which case I don't have enough for either. But if it's RAM, I should have enough. So I don't know. I really don't. Installation completed successfully. Please open a new terminal window or restart your shell and run llama serve. To start it now without modifying your path, run... Okay, so I guess I'll just... And I also don't know... Like, I have llama installed, but I don't know if I need to do whatever these commands are first. Llama serve. Why not? Llama not found, but can be installed with sudo snap and... What? Did it not literally tell me to restart my shell? Am I dumb? I need to go back into VOD history and see what the instructions were. Stand by. Let's see. It says, Llama, please open a new terminal window or restart your shell. To start it now without modifying your path, run llama app / llama serve. I just need to load it into RAM to do inference. Buffer, you seem to be more knowledgeable about this stuff than I am. I don't even know what you're saying to me. LoRa and QLoRa versions. I feel like you're casting a hex on me. Okay, so it looks like it's located in my home directory. Yeah, it's right here, Llama app. So I should be able to do serve. Okay, something's happening. Okay, so it's on localhost 8080. Okay, it's on localhost 8080. That's as far as I've gotten so far. I'm assuming there's a lot more to this than what I just did. I assume Llama Serve is what allows me to access the models. This is what happens when you just try and jump into it without reading the documentation. Recommend books for learning C++. I can't speak to embedded systems directly, but one of my go-to books has always been Effective C++ by Scott Myers. Very good book. I don't know how out of date it is at this point. It's been a few years. These days, I kind of stick to articles like, especially, or like even videos that are coming out of CPPCon, which is actually coming soon. And I think in CPPCon this year, they're going to be going over setting up agents to help you do C++ development. So I will be curious to see what their workflow is. Oh, so this is your wheelhouse. Okay, so I'm gonna hit this run button. Oh, there it is. Okay, so this is going to run Quinn 3.8 27B. And I have also read that it is kind of important to have a harness picked out as well. I'm not 100% sure what a harness is, but based on context clues, I think it's just the application you use to interface with the model. So that could be Claude Code, or some kind of like terminal TUI application, something like that. Oh, quantization techniques. Yes, that makes sense. Oh, something's happening. We're downloading. We're downloading Quinn 3.8 27B Q8. So quantization technique 8, I guess. I also need to make sure I host this in a way that it's not just like localhost. I can access it from my streaming PC here. It won't do me any good if I can only run it on this system and then not access it on another system. I've been, I guess, like the real success with these might be those Mac Pro, those little Mac Pro squares. If you can get one of those with like 128 gigs of shared memory, apparently that's the way to go. I actually looked. I found a 96 gig version, but not a 128. I'm assuming they're sold out. Ooh, this is going to take a minute. Yikes. Hmm. I mean, it is downloading 28 gigs if I understood correctly. So what is that? And I'm on Wi-Fi, so I bet I'm not even a gigabit right now. I didn't think about that. Crap. Yeah, I'm on Wi-Fi. I'm on 5G. So I'm probably at best getting like 500 down. wonder if I can do a speed test. Okay, so my phone's on 5G as well. Let's see if this works. Oh, come on. Ugh, that's so annoying. Speed tests always want you to install their app. This is not a good sign. I don't see fast.com doesn't do a great job either, but it's basically saying I'm at 150 megabits right now, and my phone's on the same Wi-Fi that this system is on. Hey, Trill is inside the building. I don't know where he is. And I also don't know if this PC is like keeping him from sitting. Not. I don't see him on my sound dampening curtain either. Hey Logan, how's it going? Well, I guess while I wait, I could get one of my projects here locally. No, have I not signed into GitHub here? Oh. All right, we're at 15%. That's not okay. It's going at an okay speed. Why did the git clone stop working? There we go. Do you want to install the recommended extension from Microsoft and LLVM? Yes. Then, because I don't have any compiler tools locally on this system, I think I need to jump in dev. Oh, do you watch like the I guess I'm not familiar with anything other than like let's see. The Premier League, La Liga, Champions League? Question mark. Other than like, you know, what is it? El Clasico, something like that. I haven't really paid attention. I do watch World Cup games or like national teams play against each other. I've never really like been a huge fan of watching other soccer, mainly because or football, mainly because I grew up playing it. It was like my entire life. I would play year round. And so it killed me to watch and not play. This is going to take a minute because this has to build GCC 15.3. So I have the Steam Runtime version 4 dev container now. And it comes with Clang 22, but it doesn't come with GCC anymore. but I still want GCC to, use a different compiler to check for errors. But because it doesn't come with it, I have to download and build the compiler with GCC 14. So that's what's happening here. So now we get to watch paint dry for 2 different windows. Oh, is Champions League like the World Cup but for regular teams versus national teams? But we absolutely can do Wordle. That's a good call. All right. Like I always do, I try out a new word every time, like horse. Okay. And then I try not to guess the same letters because I didn't get enough letters here. I don't really like to try and guess the word on the second attempt. Now I want to do like paint. Holy crap. Okay, we have a lot of letters. Okay. That should be enough to make a word. Tier. Except E is at the end. E is at the end. Quart? Nope. I don't know why I was thinking that. Lear? No. Why am I thinking ear? There's E, A, and R, and I can't get my mind off of it. I know T can't be at the end. Could be in the middle. Ooh, oh man, the T could be anywhere. R? Trade. I like that guess. That's a really good guess. Oh my gosh, you were so close. What? How is it not trade? Rawi, Traxy, Trace. Were you off by a letter? Really? Disappointing. 35% downloaded and still building the container. Let's do connections. This is the one I am absolutely terrible at. Wimpy, while, sleep, generation, lifetime, action, oxygen, comeback, showtime, karate, Sundance, places, water, blue moon, curtain up, nutrition. Okay. Karate is fighting. Is there anything else that's like fighting? Wait a minute. Karate Kid, comeback kid? Is that a thing? Wimpy kid? Action kid? I'm going for it. That should be like Action Man. Oh well, I'm going for it. 1 away. Ooh. So I'm either on the right track or I am way off and am getting lucky that 3 of them match. Karate Kid and Wimpy Kid make sense to me. Comeback Kid, maybe. Action Kid, maybe. So I'm not 100% sure on action or comeback. Water Kid? Water Boy. Karate Boy? Water... Alright, I'll try Water Boy. 1 away again. Oh no. Alright, last try. Okay, I'm way off. So we did confirm these 3 match. And now I'm down to 1 guess. I am terrible at this. What do you got? Once in a while, once in a generation, once in a blue moon, once in a lifetime. Ooh, I like that. That's a good guess. I mean, this is it. If you're not for sure, this is GG's. But I think I agree with you. Yep. Ooh, purple. I thought purple was the hard one. That didn't seem that difficult. All right, what else we got? So we know Wimpy, Comeback, and Karate are the same, so we can leave those out. Oxygen, that could be Showtime. These are like almost like TV channels, right? Oxygen TV, Showtime, maybe Sundance. I don't know what the fourth one would be though. Curtain Up. Curtain. Water. Water bed? Sleep bed? Nutrition bed? No. Boy. Yeah, if you think of it like a show, that could be it. Like almost like the start of a show. Ooh, action. Right? You start it, action. So what else is the start of something? It's showtime. Curtains up. Action. Places, everybody. Places? Like get ready? Cuz I don't see anything else that fits. And curtain up, showtime and action fit. All right. I think I'm going with it. Right? Wimpy, Karate, Comeback are still separate. Ooh. Woo! Calls to begin a performance. Okay. All right. So we still know that these three match. Wimpy Kid, Karate Kid, Comeback Kid, Sundance Kid, Sleep Kid. Oh, you know what? Water, sleep, oxygen, nutrition. Is this like being well rested or health or living? Do you need all of this to live? I think that's it. I'm going for it. Things most animals need. Yep, to live. So all right. So am I right that it's kid? And if it's kid, what the hell is a Sundance Kid? It's kids. What is Sundance? Harry Longabaugh, better known as the Sundance Kid, was an American cowboy, outlaw, and member of Butch Cassidy's Wild Bunch in American Old West. He likely met Butch Cassidy during a hunting trip in 1883 or earlier. Huh. All right. We are 50% downloaded for the 30 gig Quinn 3.8 27 billion parameters quantization 8 model. And also some percentage into building my Steam runtime for the Steam Deck, and honestly Steam in general, with GCC 15 support, because the current C++ project that I'm tinkering with is using modules, so I basically need the latest and greatest compilers to do so. It's slowly getting better. Very slowly getting better. Which is the nature of open source free contributions. Trixie LLVM. Okay, so I think we're past the slow part, which was building GCC 15. I think. And 62% for Quinn. So close. So what is a harness? When we're talking about, I keep reading online that people need to pick a harness. So I guess I need to understand what that is. LLM harness meaning. An LLM harness or AI agent harness is the software infrastructure, environment, and orchestration logic that wraps around a large language model. It manages everything except the model itself, including tool extraction, feedback loops, memory, state persistence, and safety guardrails, turning a stateless text model into a functional agent. So I'm new to local LLMs, blah, blah, blah. See what people say. According to Wikipedia, a harness is a looped restraint or support. Okay, this guy's just being a... Harness is any structured front end that you interact with an LLM. Okay, so it is the front end. So Claude could work. I could just use Claude. So does Claude let you connect to different models? I don't know if I knew that, if that's true. Let me take a look. Ooh, actually, before I look, I need to verify that looking won't expose like some weird settings or something. API keys, I don't know. I never know. There's plugins. I can browse, give Claude plugin access, extensions, general developer usage, capabilities, total access mode, code execution, allow network egress, Claude code. I can refer a friend. Hey Dal, how's it going? Let's see. So, run front-end AI entirely on your machine, no API keys. Okay, so what harness to use with Win 3.8 U8? I don't know. All right, people are saying, the people have spoken, and it looks like we're using Pi. What the hell is Pi? There's also open code. Continue. All right. LLM Pi harness. Pi Agent Harness is a lightweight, minimalist execution layer designed for AI-driven coding and agentic workflows. Cool, cool. How do I get it? Pi Coding Agent. There are many agent harnesses, but this one is yours. Hey, Bun, I've heard of Bun. Except I thought Bun was a JavaScript runtime. Oh, it's using JavaScript as a runtime to add Pi. Okay, I got it. Okay, so I guess I could install Pi. Oh, is this a TUI? Hmm. Okay, I guess I should be able to install this in parallel, right? I don't need to wait. We are 82% done installing. Let's do it. Pi needs Node.js or newer and npm. Install them now with apt. Sure. Okay, so apparently Pi is written in JavaScript. Ah, TypeScript. Got it. I saw there's a new compiler for TypeScript. Is that true? Like Script C or something like that? I haven't dug into it, but if that's legitimately like compiling TypeScript into native code, that's kind of cool. Kind of reminds me of what is it? Python C? A way to compile Python into native code. Got like a bump on my. Probably not cancers. Oh, Scython. Yeah, that one. Not used it personally, just been aware of it. This is taking a sec. 94% on Quinn, so we're getting there. And I think we're good. We are in the container. Sign into GitHub. Think I need to right now. Do need to run git submodule update it. Okay. Let's see here. We have. Go ahead and get this compiling. My uh-oh. We crashing? My wireless KVM is struggling. Okay, there we go. Remake. To be fair, once this model and everything is up and running, does that mean my computer won't be usable by anything else? I assume it's just going to like fill up all of my resources. Configuration in progress. Really? It outperforms 4.6. Yes, but at what speed? That's really what I am curious to find out about running this myself or hosting it myself. How long do I have to wait to get an answer? And how quickly does that answer degrade if I don't have the resources to support a larger like token context? That's kind of what I'm worried about. Tiny, let's see, Node.js installation failed. What? This may ask you for sudo. Oh, wait, did it ask me for sudo and I didn't do it? I screw up. I'm going to try that again. Maybe I was blind. Install them now, yes. Okay, we are officially serving the model. Can I look at my resources? I'm not seeing anything yet, but I also don't know if. Oh my God. Why is my swap being used? That would slow everything down. Well, this is a problem, right? My swap shouldn't be getting used. This actually used to be a big issue for me on older laptops when I would do software development because you only had like 4 gigs of RAM. But if whatever software you were compiling could utilize more cores and kind of overshoot the amount of RAM you have available, then it starts to hit the swap, which is emulated RAM on your hard disk, and it would just tank performance. Tank it. This, I don't understand what's happening here because I have 40 plus gigs available and my swap is getting hit. So I'll have to keep an eye on that, I guess. Loading model, initializing in slots for. I'm sure there's some like configuration options I'll need to pass into this at some point. Okay. I don't know what to do about. I need to install Node. How do I install Node? Can I just do an apt install? Node JS Ubuntu. I just don't know what version of Node comes with Ubuntu. Guess I could do an app search. Node.js 2222. That should be fine, right? Node.js sudo apt install. Hopefully that's good enough. 2222. Okay. Let's try that again. High needs Node.js 2219 or newer. Check. And NPM. Do I not have NPM? Yeah, it's definitely Naruto. God, I wish I knew what was going on with this swap space. Okay. Trying again. Choose an option. Installing Pi. Pi was installed. Pi was installed, but your shell is not using that install yet. Add local bin to your path. Yes. Then run Pi. Restart. Guess just exit a shell and restart this, right? Pi. All right. Something's happening. Warning, no models available. Use /login to log into a provider. See, so it's not seeing my model, or it doesn't know how to find it, or I need to tell it where it is. I probably need to point to it. This is just showing how to use it. Figure it. This is not on an insulated container. No, it is just on this desktop PC I have off to the side next to my chair here. Just running locally on my network. Escape commands. Surprised this doesn't tell you how to. There's a lot of models. We are doing Twin 3.6 27B, 37B, something like that. 27B. I'm not seeing that here. Oh, 3.8 max. Oh my god, just how many models are there? Oh, here we go. 3.827B. Wait. What are these prices? Oh, wait. What? I might be a little over my head. Oh, is someone hosting these? Is that what this is? So you can pay for these instead of like Claude? That might be what this is. Okay, so how do I have Pi find local Quinn 3.8? Start your local Quinn server. Check. Use. I'm so fed up with how this scrolls. Using LM Studio. Wait, what? I need another tool? No, I'm using llama.cpp. So maybe I need using configure the Pi's model settings. Oh, here we go. Here we go. This is what I need. But I'm using llama.cpp. Starting the llama CPP server, which I've done. Configure Pi's models.json to point to it, which makes sense. But where is it? .pi 8. Okay, let's guess I quit out of this. How the hell do you? Oh no! How do you quit out of this? How do you exit a TUI? Escape, exit, log out. Control C isn't working. Colon. Escape. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it. Okay, so I need to edit nano. So there's a models store, but there isn't a models.json. So I don't know if I need to create one. Open or create your Pi configuration and add a custom OpenAI compatible provider block pointing to your llama.cpp instance. I'm assuming this is actually what I want to use. We'll try it. All right, it's taking too long. We're at base URL. I'll just copy the whole thing. Okay, localhost 8080, OpenAI completions, Quinn local. Sure, why not? I don't know if this is correct, but we'll try it. No models. Warning, no models available. Use /login. I can explain some. Oh my god, it tells you what to do. Control C, Control D. So Control C to clear, Control D to exit. Whoops. Yeah, so that didn't work. So the next step is try this again. But actually do it in models.json, I guess. It's so blurry. Ooh, something's happening, guys. I think we're here. Hello. The user just said hello. This is a simple greeting. I should reply in a friendly and concise way. Hello, how can I help you? We have a model. Guys, I have a self-hosted LLM. Say goodbye, Claude. You can't have my money anymore. This is just going to cost me my electricity. Oh, God. Make Pong in Python? You know what? Screw it. Let's make Pong in Python. Do I need to give it a directory to work in? I don't know how to actually use Pi. Manipulate the website. What is this doing? Switch models mid-session. Branch and shape a session tree. Load project skills and instruction. Install a third-party extension. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, let's just do this. Can you implement a Pong game in Python that includes graphical effects like bloom when a collision is detected either on the paddles or on the ball? Implement this at home/dev/Pong. How long is this going to take? Oh, wait, where's my resources? I wanted to see my resources. I haven't figured out how to get these resources to also show my GPU Oh, wait, GPU. Guys. Holy shit. 23. Oh, wait, you guys can't see this. 23 out of 25 gigs of RAM being used on my CPU. Oh my god. My computer is cooking. I don't know if you guys can see this. Okay. So blue is processor. Pinkish purple is my RAM. And then down here is GPU memory. So I guess the chart is only showing the GPU processor on the left. So we're using about 24 gigs of RAM, 24 gigs of video RAM, and about 50% of my combined CPU. Yes, this is Quinn 3827B. I think using Q8. That's about as much as I know. I am learning. I have never done this before. I mean, it's doing stuff. Let me see. Can we maybe I open this in VS Code, see if it's doing anything. It hasn't done anything yet. So it must all be in memory right now. It hasn't created a folder yet. Let's see. Plan for the bloom effect. What is it saying? Okay, so it's kind of planning things out. The user wants to implement a Pong game in Python with graphical effects such as bloom effect when a collision occurs on a paddle or when the ball hits a wall. Implement this at this location. Let's make a plan. Create the directory, write the game, add bloom/glow effects on collision. And it's using Pygame. I didn't know Pygame was a thing. So, +1 there. What am I? It's showing something in the bottom left corner. So I think it's set to auto, and it's used 1.3% of 120K. I guess that's my context size. I'm not 100% sure there. My PC is definitely generating some heat. Oh, SDL2? Okay, that makes sense. Ooh, what's this? Like, I did see a test on Reddit to determine if your stuff is working well, and that is to try and have it generate a shaded ASCII of a banana and see what shape it actually produces. If it actually produces a banana that, like, an ASCII art that looks like a banana, then you're doing pretty good. But sure, let's make a game. All right, let's get started, it says. That's not a bad idea, Buffer. When it gets cold in the winter, I just need to have this start calculating. I will want to try this on my C++ project to see if it's actually capable of writing like reasonable C++. I've seen hits and misses online, so I'm not sure. And I also don't know if I gave this good initial parameters or not. I have no idea. I just used whatever the default parameters were. Oh, it looks like I saw something that said 30 tokens a second. I don't know if that's good or bad. Where did I see that? 346 tokens per second? I don't know what that means. Or wait. Yeah, I don't know what any of this means. Okay, so we're making the directory. Ooh. It is, I will say, it is definitely slower than what I'm used to with Claude. But to be fair, if you have ultra code, like if you have it maxed out, that does take a while because it like does a bunch of like adversarial checks. Install Python 3.14 V&V because I makes sense, I guess. I don't have that installed. Ooh, is it gonna ask me for sudo? Let me check the user and sudo. I mean, it shouldn't know my password. It's gonna create a V&V without pip, whatever that means. It's downloading bootstrap dot get. Okay, so it's getting pip. Wow, this is a little slow. So what is living, or like what is sitting in my video memory right now? What is taking up so much memory? parameters and their values? Because it did say 27 billion parameters. Ooh, module not found, Pygame not found. No wheel for Pygame. 314. 314 is very new. Pygame's wheel for 314 might not exist. Try Pygame CE Community Edition. You have lazy imports for Python. So what does that mean? It's not going to actually load the imports unless you're using them? I legit know nothing. Like, Python is not the world I grew up in, so I don't know anything about it. Pygame CE is a free open source software cross-platform library for the development of multimedia applications like video games using Python. It uses the simple direct media layer. Okay, that's cool. So it's just literally, you're just using Python to make your game instead of like Lua or C++ directly. Dependent on SDL. C Python. How to contribute. Wanting to see if they had like examples. They have a website. Ah. Ooh. The Python game library used to build powerful game. I mean, these days you can use just about anything to make. Oh my god, holy green Batman. Oh, was it waiting for my, let's see, what is it doing? Response was truncated before completion. The build of the Python source failed. There's no wheel. Is it waiting for me? Check available wheels. Uh-oh. Can't tell if it's doing anything anymore. Response was truncated. Did it fail? I don't. Do I need to install Pygame? Stop processing. Truncated. Response was truncated before. Okay, I gotta look this up. I don't know if this is a Pi thing or a Quinn thing. Pi Quinn 3 point. I forget. Am I on 3.8? Response was truncated. Empty currently. Overthinking and token limits. Quinn 3.8 defaults to deep reasoning blocks. If it tries to write a large file or extensive tool call in one go, it can hit token ceiling midstream. Adjust your thinking level via Shift Tab and Pi, or configure thinking level. Shift Tab. Current model does not support thinking. TUI rendering bottlenecks. The backend you are using. I am using llama.cpp with Quinn 3827B Q8 on a 3090 Ti 24 gigabyte. A 27 billion model at Q8 requires roughly 28 or 30 gigs of video RAM. Once you factor in context window and Pi's extensive internal system prompts, because your GPU has 24 gigabytes, llama.cpp is forcing a hybrid CPU-GPU split or running out of memory. You know what? I did lose track of... Oh my god. Well, I mean, that's basically maxed out GPU memory, but I still have CPU memory. Is forcing a hybrid CPU-GPU split or running out of memory mid-generation. When the how to fix: switch to Q5 or Q6. This is most effective. A Q5 KM quantization drops the model size down to approximately 20 gigabytes, leaving plenty of room. Sure, I will just do that because that's easy and I know how to do that. So I will just do that, right? I'll switch it to a Q5. But I'm pretty sure I had to download this, didn't I? I don't think I get to just say it's Q5, do I? Like, this website only shows Q4 KM and Q8. Requires 32 gigabyte plus memory. I don't... Oh, I just literally run the command. I see. Okay. So can I do Q5KM then? I just don't know what any of this means. Available GGUF files. Q4KM. Q8, Q4. Okay, so I guess Q4KM it is. Oh no. All right, so here's a question. Oh, no, never mind. No question. All right, so the GPU is no longer in use. Nothing's burning. The highest the temperature got was 53°C, so that's good. That's actually really good. Well, I mean, I guess that makes sense, right? Because the CPU usage wasn't what was spiking. It was just the memory usage. My memory's still at 24 gigs, and my swap is at 5 gigs. This makes me think... I wonder if that's my Docker containers. That could be my Docker. Yeah, I think you're right. I think I stress tested. I apparently don't have enough. To be fair, I think I have seen people online say they're running like 2 3090s, not one. Now, I do have a 2080. I don't think this tower... Probably the motherboard as well. I don't think they support 2 GPUs. At least the size of which that the 2080 Ti is, because the 2080 Ti is pretty big. I also don't think I have a power supply that can support both. I don't know anything about Hugging Face. That sounds suggestive. What is Hugging Face? We're at 15%. Hugging Face is GitHub for open up. Oh, that's kind of cool. I'm learning. I didn't even realize there was as many open models as there were. I've only heard of GLM and more recently Quinn. That was like it. The AI community building the future. Okay. So, has it already started happening, or do you think it's going to happen where we're going to get like highly specialized models that are efficient for their specific task? Because all I want is a nice C++ model that is capable of thinking like me. Because I don't want to have to like handhold it every time I tell it to go do something. And I don't think we're quite there yet. I still have to code review. I would love to get to a point where I honestly I didn't have to code review, because that's like the worst part about programming. Is sitting there and just reading code. Eventually you just kind of burn out and be like, it's good enough. And then the spaghetti piles. Trending this week. So yeah, okay, yeah. That makes sense. Because Quinn 3.8 is what I had been seeing online. Unsloth. Wait, what is this? What's the difference? Is it the same thing? Unsloth achieves superior accuracy and outperforms other models, introducing dynamic v3. And what is a GGUF? Or SOTA accuracy? There are so many acronyms. Run and fine tune Quinn in Unsloth desktop. Is this like a harness? With thinking toggles. Download for Mac, Windows, Linux. Develop role support so Quinn can work in agentic tools like Codex and more. Tool calling improvements. Makes parsing nested objects to make tool calling succeed. Huh. Sounds above my pay grade. $34%. All right, we're learning here. I need to know what a GGUF is. What is a GGUF file? GGM. God damn. A GGUF is a GGML universal unified file. A single file binary format used to store large language models. Okay, so that's just if you're downloading a model, you're downloading this file. It combines model weights and metadata so you can run AI models efficiently on normal computers using programs like llama.cpp or ollama. Okay, so what is a GGML? What is GGML model? Sure. A GGML model is an artificial intelligence model saved in a special format. It lets large language models run fast on normal computers and phones. The name comes from the creator's initials, Georgy Yerganov, and machine learning. Okay, gotcha. We got there. Something is still using my swap. That is annoying the hell out of me. But maybe that's just something Linux does. I'm just worried it's like I still have a 32 gig stick and I'm wondering if there's something wrong and it's not accessing it. So, how do I, if I wanted to use like Claude for it, I'll do big to use. When? Figure Claude code to local model Llama CP. Redirect Claude's API traffic from Anthropic servers to your local machine. Yeah, I get that. Oh, I can just do it via settings.json? Easy enough. Yo, how's it going, Manjaris? We are making progress, I think. We tried to make a Python Pong game using Win38 with Q8 uh, uh quantization 8, and it went kaput. I don't think my 24 gig GPU was enough to handle that. So now we are trying quantization 4km. All right, I guess that's the next thing I need to research. What is the difference between Win Q8 and Q4KM? The primary difference between a Q8 and a Q4KM quantization of a Quinn model lies in the bit precision per weight. Q8 uses 8 bits per weight for near lossless accuracy and larger file size, while Q4KM uses roughly 4.5 bits per weight, on average using a smart mixed precision K-quant method to save significant memory. Holy shit. I feel like I need to go back to school. That's what I feel like. I thought I knew a lot about C++, but this is a whole new realm of learning. Q8 requires nearly double the memory and disk space of Q4. For example, a 7 billion, 8 billion model takes roughly 7 to 8 gigs for Q8 compared to about 4.5 gigs for Q4. Q8 retains close to 99% of the original unquantized model's capability. Q4 introduces a minor quality loss, which is rarely noticeable in casual chat, but can show slight dips in complex logic, coding, or math. Crap. So sounds like Q8 is what I want, but I'm a heathen and I only have a 3090 Ti. But I still had a bunch of CPU RAM available. So I wonder if I needed to tell it to use it, because it wasn't using it. %70 downloaded. We're getting there. Man, if this, I guess I'm trying to think what I would use this for. If I get addicted to this, this is going to become a problem because I will purchase a Mac. What is it? A Mac Pro, Mac Mini Pro. What is it? Like, don't tempt me. I will do it. Because I hear they're like really good for Mac Studio for this stuff. Like, don't think I won't. Oh my god. No, I just want to spec. Open claw. I don't know what that is either. So there's M4 Max and M3 Ultra. I'd have to research to see which one's better, but I assume I want whichever one gives me the most memory. Like, this gives me 96 gigs. All right, I haven't looked yet, but how bad is the cost going to be? Where's the price? Oh, is that all, huh? Huh. Maybe I don't need a Pro all that bad. You know, maybe my computer is good enough as it is. 84%. Wait, you can get banned? How do you get banned? To be fair, I have only used these LLMs for C++ and Dart. I haven't really gone above and beyond that yet. I'm sure there's reasons to do so. I'm not creative. Wait, you have to be I guess that kind of makes sense. You have to be a certain age. Hey, Nico, how's it going? 90% downloaded. We're almost there. If I would have known these were going to take so long to download, I would have just hooked up my Ethernet cable to a switch so I could have both my stream and this desktop on my internet wired. You didn't mention your age, but it figured it out. Is it how you speak, maybe? Are you I don't know how young you are, and I don't mean to what's the word? Stereotype, but are you a bro kid? Do you say bro in your day-to-day language? Or is that Gen Z? I forget. There's like Gen Alpha and Gen Z now, and I don't know which which group uses bro, but I'm seeing it everywhere, and I'm starting to see it. So I've been off and on Reddit for years, right? And YouTube I've used since the beginning. And just now, I would say 15, 20 years later, I am starting to see like the evolution of language, and I'm seeing like people not sarcastically or not like you can tell it's a part of their normal language to say bro. And it's just blowing my mind. It's so weird seeing it like that. And I'm sure I have language that's just like that. I might say, I don't know, dude, for instance. It's just funny seeing this evolution, because I have a friend who has a couple of kids that are like mid-teens, late teens, and it's definitely a part of their language. You're a bro kid? Nice. Do younger, like early teens, young kids, they're also using bro? Does it transcend a single generation? Okay, the model is downloaded and loading. And my GPU is... What's my GPU doing? Oh, there it goes. My GPU is filling up. Fully loaded. All right, let's try this again. Now, here's a question. Can I retry the prompt? Like, if I was using Claude, for instance, I could look at my history and just tell it to retry. I don't know how to do that with Pi. There's this commands thing, but I don't know what it's trying to tell me. Do I do slash? Oh. Export, import. Are you saying I can just do retry right now and it will have it? I don't have to like select the history. Also, what is this immediately starting with like 120K context? Wow, that's banned because you were debugging SDL3. That's impressive. All right, I'm just going to try it. I'm going to retry. The user said retry. This suggests there was a previous attempt at some task. Let me check the working directory. Uh-oh. Bash history. Uh-oh. There's a project at dev. Uh-oh. Agent. It found the agent. Sessions. This is probably the current session just started. Uh-oh. This looks like some Python. In the previous session, the user asked the following. I want you to implement a Pong. Okay, we're running. We're running, boys. I mean, sorry. We're running, bros. But like, again, this died on me when it looked like my usage was not anything crazy. Like my CPU RAM. Okay, we are above, or no, we're not above 32 gigs yet. So I don't get it. Yeah, oh, you're right. It is faster on Q4, and I think it mentioned that because it's using fewer bits for their weights, and that means something. And I'm sure I know and can easily explain it, but I'm sure someone in chat knows more and would want to explain it anyway. All right, it's doing collision. We've got paddle flash, because I didn't just tell it to make Pong. I wanted like fancy graphics, so I told it to do a bloom shader. Oh, guys, I think I got a visitor. Hi. Guys. Trill is in the building. I repeat, Trill is in the building. I don't know if he'll let me pick him up. Say hi. Want to say hi? Yeah, this is definitely going quicker, it seems. Must all still be in memory. Wait, but I wanted to prescale the tap's RGB intensity. I don't know what a tap is. Unless you mean like touch controls? Bloom tap. Okay, it's doing something with bloom. Then a particle class with color. I mean, it seems like it's doing something. Ooh, my GPU is getting there now. We are at 85 degrees Celsius. I think it's set to throttle itself at 93 degrees Celsius. Oh, look at the CPU usage. It is going. Holy crap. All right, so RAM is pegged, CPU is pegged. CPU on my actual CPU is actually not doing much at all now. Interesting. God, I'd never be able to do this and stream on the same system. Because I think while I'm streaming, my GPU sits at like 70, almost 80%. So I've got two GPUs. This one's only at 57 degrees Celsius though. So my room is a little warm. This is kind of cool. Not gonna lie. Especially if I don't have to pay a monthly subscription. Like, I don't need this to be a genius. I just need it to implement the details that I've already described for it. So if this works, I want to try this with my C++ project and see what it produces. It is, or it does still seem a little slow. No, this is really cool. I mean, to be honest, this stuff here is probably the only thing that's going to keep the OpenAIs and Anthropics of the world in check. Because if these keep improving, then you know it's the competition. Now, I hope we don't get to a point where governments start shutting this stuff down for safety reasons. Like, oh hey, yeah, you can only use this via OpenAI or Google or Microsoft or Anthropic. So that would be a tall order because I don't know how well they can shut down open source projects. Oh, all right, we're rendering. Got some rendering happening. Pygain.surface. We got a main function. It's giving us audio. I didn't ask for audio, but it's giving it to us. Interesting. I don't know if you guys will be able to hear that though. I'm not streaming the audio from my desktop. I only stream audio I want you to hear. We got particle. Oh, a particle type. Oh, what do we need a particle for? Some type of trail effect? Or is it gonna like do a crappy bloom simulation? Guys, we got a cat. I repeat, we got a cat. Ooh, are we done? Response was truncated before completion. got to be something to do here. I have seen people online say they're doing this. So maybe my context is too big. Okay. Llama.cpp truncation keeps occurring. Change context size? Question. To fix truncation in Llama, increase the context size flag. When launching the binary server, the default size is often small, which cuts off long inputs or conversation histories. How to change context size -C. Larger context size drastically increases VRAM. I don't know if that's my issue though. This is -C. And I don't know what context size to you. 3090 Ti Twin 3.8 llama.cpp. Let's see if I can find someone else that has done this. Single 3090 homies, what's your config for Twin 3.8? All right, let's see what we got. Hey, there's that Q5 thing again. Twin 3.8 27B Q5KS. I have to download again. Kidding me? Temp. I have heard about this temp, but I don't know what that means. Max model length, tensor parallel size. Oh my god, I don't know what I'm looking at here. 35 to 60 tokens per second on Llama, 200 to 300 tokens per second in VLLM with parallel requests, making summaries of legal law cases that have been published. Okay. 128K context, K4KM, K8KV, MTP draft 2. Everyone speaking like everyone knows what they're talking about. How are you getting 128K context on a Q8? At least for me and Llama, I can't allocate more than about 60K without running out of VRAM. Okay, so maybe that's what my issue is. Maybe I need to reduce the context because I think the default's 120. 4090. What are the configs? Here we go. Sequence length, cache size. That means there's a -C of 140,000. $50 to 60 tokens per second. NVIDIA SMI sitting at 23. Would appreciate any recommendations for improvement. If you aren't regularly loading images, you can use no mmproj offload to squeeze in more context. Pro Ngram. Okay. It seems like a lot of guessing and checking. What the hell is this Jinja flag doing? Isn't Jinja code generation, like templated code generation. Let's do dash. I don't want to mess with any of that. Let's try 60,000. See what happens. All right. Where's my GPU memory? All right. There's the GPU memory. We're still looking kind of capped out. Need to rerun Pi. Pi still says 120K. Still says 128K. So I don't understand. The NVIDIA 3090 Ti runs Quinn 27B dense locally at roughly 30 to 40 tokens per second using Q4, fitting comfortably within the 24 gigabyte VRAM limit when offloading all layers -NGL99. Every time I search, I find a new parameter I need. Flash attention on to boost performance and lower memory footprint. Higher context length. Well, let me try NGL to ensure full GPU acceleration. All right. My GPU is not using any memory now. It's cooled down. So let's do -NGL99. See what happens. Cores is set to allow all origins, no API key. Okay, so there's an issue. Failed to fit params to free device memory in GPU layers already set by user to 99. Abort. Quinn VL models require at minimum 1024 image tokens to function correctly on grounding tasks. If you encounter problems with accuracy, try adding image min token. Okay. My GPU memory usage actually went higher. Didn't expect to see a tension. I'm not even sure what you mean. Okay. We got to figure this out. Someone, watch your eyes, shield your eyes, shield your eyes. Yeah, I'm not trying to use Quinn for images at all. So someone, I think there was a flag. Oh, behind a wall. Okay, what kind of speeds are you guys getting? I've used Unsloth Studio, etc. Hey, about the same, 35, 40 tokens per second, all running it on a 3090 Llama MTP, it goes all the way up to 7080. Waiting for the update for Ninfer 3090, and we'll get 2 to 300 tokens. It's out. Let's go. What is this? This release adds native Windows execution for the official Quinn groupwise Ninfer artifact on a single 24GB RTX 3090. Highlights. Registers groupwise int as target. Binds its W. Oh my god, I don't know what any of this means. Oh, I'll have to look that up then. I don't think I knew that's what kicked all of this off. Okay, so this is apparently something cool for the RTX 3090 as of how long ago was this? For date? Last week. As of last week. So this means something. I just don't know what it means. Attention is all you need. Okay, I will definitely look that up. Can you tell me how you got Llama to work? Because I'm a little new. With 12 gigabytes, you can't really fit it. I don't have 12. I have 24. Proj, BF16. Okay, I'm running the model on a Tesla V100 32GB PCI. That's not a 3090. I keep seeing this Jinja flag. Enables a built-in C++ Jinja templating engine used to dynamically parse and apply chat templates embedded inside the model metadata. Historically, it relied on hard-coded fallback logic to handle common chat templates. The integration of a lightweight C++ Jinja parser allows the engine to accurately dynamically format chat prompts, handle advanced role behaviors, and safely execute structured capabilities and formatting. Okay, so Jinja, so it's just literally using Jinja. There's a Unsloth desktop that exploits features yourself, adjust the settings visually, and observe how the AI run. Oh. Is a free open source app for running and training AI models on your own local hardware, available for Mac, Windows, Linux. Unsloth lets you run, train, and deploy LLMs, diffusion image/video, MLX, GGUF, and audio models. Wow. Okay. That's. I'll have to look into that as well. I'll probably do that offline. I want to look into this thing right here, actually. Because if I'm not doing any image processing, I wonder if that will help. No image. All right. Currently at 800 megs consumed on the GPU. See if this does anything. I don't know if that does anything. I'm going to turn on Jinja as well. Jinja. What else we got? Context. I don't know if I'm doing that right either. Tensor split 1. I think I saw tensor split 1. Guess I'm gonna do a retry. Found it. The original task. Okay, so we're back. We're trying this again. And there's a bunch of numbers down below. I don't know what they mean. We have 15K up, 1.7K down, R30K, CH 91.5%, 13.1% out of 128K. I am doing Quinn 3.8 27B Q4 KM, and I am trying to learn what all of that means this evening. I originally tried with a Q8, but I ran into a truncation error, which I'm assuming means I ran out of memory. So I dropped down to a Q4. I'm doing all of this on a 3090 Ti with 24 gigs of video RAM. Trying to get it to make Pong with Pygame or Python. Haven't succeeded yet, but I also don't know what all parameters I need to adjust to get this to work. But according to the interwebs, there have been people who have successfully ran this model with the 3090. So there should be a way for me to do it. Yeah, trying to one-shot it just to see what it's capable of. I wanted to complete this, and then I was going to try it on a small C++ project and actually use it like I would Claude and see what the C++ it would produce look like. See if I would be happy with it or if it's just terrible. I'm a C++ guy. That's where my expertise lies. So that's really the only thing I can judge on if it's good at doing it or not. I couldn't tell you if it's good at generating Python. So far, as it scrolls by, it seems reasonable at least. My GPU's at 85 degrees Celsius. Fully loaded memory. All right, we just implemented the wall. Now we're doing the scoring system. Looks like there's some sound. Now we're implementing the draw. Can I show you? I don't really have a thing set up here. Let me. That's kind of what it looks like. I didn't really see anything change per se. All right, we're doing some math. All right. We got some comments. Oh, it's writing it. Okay. We're writing main.py. Oh my God. My computer back here is loud. It is cooking. Nothing yet. Uh-oh. It's not a good sign. Oh, it gives you a task list? Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I probably won't get to it tonight because it's getting it's starting to get late. But if this works out, then I will probably set this up to host to my network because right now it's just running localhost. And then see if I can connect to maybe Claude or another harness on my Windows desktop here that I stream on, and then see what it can do. Gosh, all of this is so much better than when it first came out. When it first came out, I was so impressed when I asked it to generate code to draw a triangle in OpenGL, and that code couldn't compile, but it gave you all the like correct API calls and everything. It just got some things wrong, and I knew enough to fix it to get it to compile, but maybe at that time, off the top of my head, I didn't remember all the API calls to draw like a triangle in OpenGL 3.3 or 4, 4.6, something like that. Um, Now these things will frickin' it might not generate it in the most concise or maybe proper way that would adhere to your coding standards, but for the most part, like everything that I've experienced using this with, it compiles. Now, the verbosity of the comments is a whole other conversation. Holy shit. You have to like you have to be on guard for the amount of verbiage these, especially Claude, likes to spit out when you ask it to, like, I don't know, implement a small function, and it gives you a multi-paragraph description of what the function does. What's going to be interesting is, like, I do think these LLMs will enable people with big ideas to find some success for sure. I don't think I'm going to be one of those people. I don't have any big ideas. Because if I did, I would have already done them because I already know how to program. Now, maybe it will enable me to scope creep a little more because I can do a little more quicker and maybe not better. I hesitate to say better, but quicker. We'll see. All right, something's happening. It's changing directories into Pong. It looks like it's trying to run it, actually. Wait a minute. Guys, we got files. We have files, I repeat. So I don't know if retrying was all I needed to do or if adjusting the settings helped. Because I don't know how much of the context it was able to pick back up from previous sessions. Because Q8 apparently, oh, excuse me. Q8 is apparently might be the way to go, though I think I've read that it also can overthink. All right, we're doing something. Oh no. What are we doing? E-press, particles, scoreboard. Both modes are running. If you say so. I don't see anything. It's printing. It's asserting events. Oh, it's testing the application, I think. The simulation confirmed the following. Retry. The previous attempt died before writing anything. The local model's response hit the output token limit mid-planning. Oh no. Verified headless. 600 frame, 2-player run, 3600 frame AI run, exit clean, a 1-minute instrumented sim confirmed, wall bounces, 6 wall bounces, scoring 15 AI beat the idle left paddle as expected, 35 particle bursts, and bloom boost peaking at 1.2. Run with this command. Okay. All right, guys, here we go. I just need to run it as .vnv python main.py, I guess. Change to dev Pong. Paste. I mean, you can't see shit for the score, but it definitely did the bloom effects. Oh my god. What the hell? Are you kidding me? Look at this. This is from that computer right here. Okay, let's see if it recognizes this issue and if we can fix it. I just ran it. Seems to work. There does appear to be an issue with the scoreboard. There is a glowing rectangle effect that half covers the scores, making it difficult to see, to read. The quit worked. I didn't try the pause. The Q button is what I hit. Oh wait, I think I've got it. Look at the trail drawing in the bloom pass. That's a circle, not a rectangle. What about paddle.draw bright? God, guys. These are just going to get better, right? More efficient, faster. It's not even like, at this point for me, it's not like I would love for either the ability to easily train it to understand how I write code so that it'll generate in such a manner that I basically wrote it myself. I can get it to look like I wrote it myself, but it does require me to basically do code review after every session. What I really want it to do is be able to catch code smells and situations where like nice design patterns could solve a problem versus having it just continuously dump more and more code to solve the problem. I would like it to have that ability, like a human would, to look out for these types of things while you are actively coding. Now, I haven't tried prompting it to look out for that stuff, but I do know that I still have to code review and keep my finger on the pulse to make it like behave itself. But regardless of that, if this becomes quicker and more efficient, like, how close are we to just having this stuff on your phone next to you? And how close are we to just having it be a single app that you download and run on your phone? Actually, we're probably not that close because RAM is insane. The cost of RAM is a nightmare. I will say, my room is warm right now. It is warm. I am 85 degrees Celsius. I think if I do this to where I have this always running for my house, I'm probably going to move this like out to another room where there's more air volume so that it doesn't just like cook me to death, because it is warm in here. I'm in like a little 10 by 10 room too. So I'm guessing my settings that I've applied now seem to have done the trick. So far, I have not hit a truncation error again, but we'll see. The computer cam turn trill second cam. Oh, yeah. He is snoring too. He is loud. I can hear him over the roar of my fan. Oh my god. There is hot air coming out of both the CPU height, or like the CPU part, and the GPU part. It is warm. He is a comfy cat. Let me tell you. I picked him up uh last year around September, October, I think. And he was definitely skinnier. And then I had to go away for a little bit. I forget if it was vacation or work. And so I had my dad watch him. And my dad and my brother lives with my dad. They ended up buying some snacks and they basically got Trill addicted and they spoiled the hell out of him. He came back a little heavier. I still free feed him, and I probably shouldn't, but it's tough. He comes begging me for food, so I gotta feed him, you know? Ooh, it's I mean, it's really thinking. I didn't think it'd be this crazy for it to just eliminate the square glowiness on the scores. But it's like, I don't, it's hard for me to tell if this has lost the plot or not. I think if I was using the Claude client, it would be easier for me to scroll through and understand what's happening. This is kind of, I'm I'm not a huge fan of TUIs myself. The post-score diff bloom boosted after collision tells the whole story. Oh god. It speaks like a model just like Claude does. It tells the whole story, guys. Ugh. There's gotta be a way. Hopefully somebody figures out a way to clean all that up. I don't need it to tell me about its load-bearing story, you know? Oh, that's a good point. I'm not sure about the limited context. I mean, it still says 128K here at the bottom, so I don't know what I ended up configuring and what's happening. Hey, MB. Tonight I am just experiencing setting up a self-hosted LLM. So similar to Claude Code or Chat GPT or Codex, etc. Except instead of using a cloud and a paid service, I have it I have it running on my PC right here on the floor next to me, using a 3090 Ti with 24 gigs of RAM. And with it running, we're experimenting it with its capability by having it generate a graphically intense Pong game, and it basically one-shotted it. There was some like things that I didn't like about it, but it worked. It had collision. It had like a shake effect with the collision. I wasn't paying attention if it had the audio working or not. Well, to be fair, I don't think audio will pass from this PC over the wireless KVM into my computer here. Or it might, but I don't have it set up. I did not build it myself. I downloaded it. It was like a 30 gigabyte download, I think. Okay. It said it's done, I think. So let's try it again. Oh my god. You just can't see it. I think I see the issue, or I know what I need to do. So we got bloom effects. It looks like particle effects, screen shaking effects. Oh, it's going quick. And I'm controlling both of these. We don't have AI. P for pause. Holy shit. It even pauses. Ooh. How do you unpause? Okay, so I couldn't unpause it. Can I paste images? I don't know. I honestly don't know. I think I have images turned off. I think in order for this model to not completely die on me, because it's consuming so much RAM. So up above here, I have the GPU usage, and you can see that I'm basically capped out on video RAM usage. Okay, so I bet it's not pasting the image into the TUI, but maybe a path to the image. But I think I have that turned off if I understood the flags. Okay, so I found like the issue is the contrast of the score with its background. That's a problem. And then pause wouldn't let me unpause. And then I also want AI to control the right paddle. So let's see. The scoreboard looks better, but because the font color matches the rectangles, it is difficult to understand. It is difficult to read. Also, I was able to pause the game, but hitting P would not unpause. What else? I said something else. I lost track of my thought. Scoreboard, pause. Oh, AI. Finally, I would like an AI controlled right paddle with an option to toggle for a player to control the paddle. Let's see if that does anything. Hey, Cheese, how's it going? I can absolutely code on my own, but where's the fun in that? I work 40 hours a week coding on my own. Let's have some fun. I wonder if you can reset while on pause menu. I was able to hit escape. So it was still receiving events. But for whatever reason, P didn't work. Now, to be fair, I haven't looked at any of the Python code this is generated, so I'm sure it's perfect. I just need to prompt better. Oh my god, I'm starting to sweat, guys. It is getting so hot in my room. You're not wrong. I technically have infinite tokens, but here's a question. 3090 Ti EVGA for the win. Maxed out RAM, maxed out CPU. How much wattage is that consuming? So how much electricity am I going to be paying for? When I did for a little bit, I did what do you call it? Bitcoin mining. Not Bitcoin though. I mined like is it ethereal? I forget. I did it for like a couple months and it basically did the same thing. It had my GPU's processors maxed and the RAM maxed, and it just heated my room nonstop. And I think it tripled my monthly electric bill. But I also ran Ethereum. Thank you, Ethereum. But it also tripled my electric bill. I went from paying like $30-something a month, and then for the couple of months that I ran mining full blast, it ended up charging me like 70-something a month. So I assume, I mean, obviously, I'm not going to have this running 24/7 unless I just wish I had a good idea for a product. Okay, so I am getting this error again. Response was truncated before completion. So I still think I don't have my model configured well enough to just keep this running. So I got to learn what to do about that. Context overflow detected. Auto compacting. Escape to cancel. So that's new. It wasn't compacting the context before. But even here it says 46% of 128K. So I don't know. I'm not knowledgeable enough. I'm still haven't figured it out. I mean, I'm opening the door to trying some other stuff now that I understand this. Okay, so compacted from 60,160 tokens. Now, obviously, there's a huge difference here, right? If I was using Claude, it would go faster. I would be able to use hundreds of thousands to millions of tokens. But it does cost $200 a month. And this does take a little longer. I really need to get a mic set up for Trill so you guys can hear him. Non-stop snoring. Scoreboard readability. Make crisp digits near white. Okay, good. I was thinking it needed to be white, so I'm glad it figured that out. What else are we doing? Compute. All right. I need help. I could Google this, but maybe someone knows. And I don't know if this is Linux, Ubuntu, or my mouse, but I hate the scrolling. The scrolling does this like jump behavior. And I want it to be like smooth scrolling. And this happens in the terminal. It's happening in the browser. I guess I'm just going to Google it. Ubuntu smooth scrolling. Enable smooth scrolling for mouse wheel. Oh, watch your eyes. Oh my god, my eyes. While true smooth per pixel scrolling would not work that well with a mouse wheel, having a smooth scrolling animation rather than a sudden... I wish smooth scrolling could be enabled everywhere. Smooth scrolling cannot be enabled for mouse wheels because the jumps, whereas the scroll input from a touchpad is precise. I know this is possible because I use Windows and Mac, and I don't have this issue. I'm pretty sure I've not had this issue in the past with Linux either, so I don't know what's going on. There's a hack, but these are old, right? How old is this? 2022? 2020? Yeah, I checked the settings before. Mouse. There's pointer speed, mouse acceleration, traditional, natural. Oh, wait. What's this? Oh, here it is. Scrolling moves the view. Scrolling moves the content. Maybe this is it. Let's try it. No. Still miserable. Oh, no. It like... Oh, no. This just changes the direction. Hell no. Hate that. Yeah. Bummer. I don't get it. Identified all 3 root causes. Score readability. The crisp digits are drawn in the exact same color as the additive halo. Oh. Ooh, it might be a Wayland thing. Maybe that's why I haven't experienced this before. I'm used to being on X11. Ensure native Wayland is active by verifying Mozilla enable Wayland equals 1 in about config. Fine-tuning flags, delta mode, or enable smooth scrolling. Is this a per app issue? If I open VS Code here. File. Code. And this is a little jumpy. Like, so this jumps from 69 to 8. What does it look like on Windows? I'm in VS Code right now. I don't know if you guys knew that, but I've been in VS Code the whole time. Maybe I can do the same file. Okay. Yeah, like, look at this. So when I'm scrolling, let me get to 69. So I'm on line 69, and then when I scroll down once, oh, I did it twice. It goes to 71. So it's like the jump is much smaller. For whatever reason on Linux, it's massive. Oh, maybe it's because of my wireless KVM. Maybe it's not Linux. That could be an issue too. So I should test this directly. I just don't have a mouse keyboard plugged into my PC right now. So I guess I shouldn't stress too much about that yet. Okay, it's still running. I'm still sweating. There you go. I'm using 450 watts while this is happening. I wonder how much that costs. I probably have to do this for my local area, so I'm going to do this off stream. Wattage cost calculator. Electricity calculator. Define my application. Ugh. Computer? Desktop computer. Appliance power. So how much power do we think I'm using total here? With the, does this show the CPU wattage? Not really. So the GPU alone is 450 watts. So I'm going to bump this up to like 600 watts. I think I have an 800 watt power supply, 1000 watt. Use run at capacity percentage. What the hell is that? The percentage of the power actually being used. Most appliances do not. Oh, okay. Nope, we'll say 100%. How many hours per day? Okay, realistically, I work from home. So if I have this running while I work, let's say 8 hours a day, which would be insane. I have no idea what my electricity cost is. Electricity cost. Maybe 50. Okay, it's what it, yeah, 15 cents per kilowatt hour. Calculate. Okay, so this would cost me This would cost me 72 cents a day to run this 8 hours a day. $262 a year. Yeah, right? Like, so I let's see, Claude is what? For the max that I have, $200 a month, so $2,400 a year. How much is a 3090? Oh, I assume they're all going to be used at this point. And really, I need a 5090, but those things are insane. 3090 Ti for sale. God, how used are GPUs these days? Have people ran them into the ground? But we're looking at 15 to 2,000 bucks. So this would be cheaper, but I also don't have a tower or motherboard that would support 2 GPUs. So I would almost need to basically build a new setup. I mean, I would reuse whatever components I could reuse, but I would want something where it's really just a rack of GPUs at that point. Yeah, I've seen 5090s. It might be where it's at, but I this terrifies me. I guess this is a whole computer, but this is still probably 9950X3D, 5090. $5090's Founders Edition. There you go. 4,800 bucks. Jesus. 32 gigs. I did see there's an RTX 6000 series. that's, I think, specifically designed for LLMs. Check this out. See if I can find the cost. 96 gigs of VRAM, 252 tensor cores, up to 600 watt TDP. Where's the cost? Oh, here you go. Here you go. This is what I need. This is what I need. And honestly, I bet I could sell my Magic the Gathering cards to buy one of these. I think I have enough Magic the Gathering that I could afford to purchase one of these. I think. I'd have to actually look, do the math. But this I think is the granddaddy of cards to, let's see. RTX 6000 Pro. Has anyone used this with Quinn? Full precision and floating point 8. See, I think this is part of the issue with the 3090 right now. My current understanding is a 3090 does not support 8-bit floating point. I think it has to be like software emulated versus hardware accelerated, whereas the 5 series does support it. I don't know how to read this stuff. Are you kidding me? Peak tokens per second. I guess that's what we're looking at, tokens per second. But what hardware are you running on? The FP8 test altogether. Where are we at here? We're still running context overflow detected. So this is going to be a real issue with my current setup. I don't think I can support a lot of context, which makes one-shotting things much more difficult, I think. So I'd have to like keep my prompts, I guess, smaller and more concise, I think. I don't know. Which, I mean, at least today is kind of how I use it professionally. I'm not telling it, "Hey, build this system." I'm saying, "Hey, I am building this system. Here are the parts I need. Go and implement this part over here and make sure it's tested and blah 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 so that I can review it." Here's my run on the official Quinn 27B FP8 on the NVIDIA RTX Pro 6000 Max 300 watt. So there's people out there that have these suckers. Jesus. VLLM. I also need to look into this. This is my second time seeing this. Quinn 27B FP8. Is that saying 5,000 tokens per second? I don't know how to read these. I don't know what these are. Yeah, I don't know what those are. I had a large performance uplift from a few changes to my initial config. For example, D24 8000 went 11 to 46 tokens per second from the backend flag as the... Like, if it's still only tens of tokens per second, that seems crazy to me. What is the difference between FP8? I have two 3090s. One is Unsloth Q idea and method of quantization. The other is the manufacturer release. Also, the original FP8 works with VLLM, which is better. I don't know. Awesome. Okay, yeah. I don't know enough about this. I need to read. I'm gonna have to read. This is my first night into learning this stuff, and I'm definitely gonna have to tell my boss that I was successful getting Pong implemented. Not that that really gets us anything. All right, what is that? Asus Expert Center Pro. Yeah, I'm not sure what the VLLM means. Ooh. Oh my God. All right, guys. How do I start begging for subscriptions in order to afford this? And at the current rate, how many years would it take me? Oh my God. 748 gigabytes of coherent memory compared to incoherent memory? Sorry. What is coherent memory? Coherent memory is a computer science term for a shared memory design where multiple processors, cores, or devices. Okay. Shared memory. Okay. NVIDIA Connect X8 SuperNIC significantly enhances system performance for AI factories. NemoClaw, AI software stack. Okay, if I'm purchasing this, it better come with a hand-picked NVIDIA employee. Look at that. It's just a desktop. $123,000 desktop, but it's just a desktop. I mean, okay, so is there a future where homes come equipped with integrated AI models? Maybe to go with your smart home system? Can this run Quinn 3 trillion parameters? Is that a thing? Thought I heard noise outside. I think I might be getting some thunderstorms here. This my phone says tomorrow. I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's fine. Man, this is definitely slower than Claude, but I think part of the issue is it has to keep compacting the context. What is let me there's probably benchmarks for that computer. What was it again? It was Asus Expert Center Pro ET900N G3 token benchmark. The frick? According to this, VLLM stress testing using a large-scale open-source Quinn model. Hi, Trill. I'm almost done. It is doing 864 tokens per second. Combined input-output of 1,600 tokens per second. Wow. And I think for me, on my little personal computer here, I'm having a good day if I can achieve about 50. Ouch, ouch. Cat? Hey. Stop. I'm almost done. Ouch. Twerp bit me. Oh God, it's getting so hot in here, guys. You don't want to see what happens when it gets hot in here. This is it's running at 87 degrees Celsius, and it's just going to keep going up because it's just dumping heat into my little room. Okay, yeah. I mean, 700, what was it? 784 gigs of shared memory? That's insane. That's crazy. But think about it. For a business, I don't know. I mean, we're not I say these LLMs are kind of like junior developers because of all the hand holding I have to do, but junior developers learn over time and they don't remain junior developers. So far, in my experience, these LLMs are like day 1 to maybe 6 months junior developer. An overconfident 6-month junior developer that never grows or learns. I still want a junior developer. I don't know. Stuff like this always makes me wonder where technology is going to be 5-10 years from now. Like, I don't know how young or old some of you guys are that are watching, but I remember when the original iPhone came out, like Steve Jobs, his like big talk. Like, I remember that vividly because holy shit, was that a game changer. And so I just, for me, just always enjoying technology. It's just so cool seeing technology evolve and what is in the realm of possibility. Everyone's better than an AI. An AI is just has a bigger brain. Maybe not a bigger processor, but a bigger storage. Better what's the word? Recalling. Ouch, cat. I'm almost done. Just let me finish Pong. You don't get it, do you? You don't know what I'm doing. You have no idea what I'm doing. No idea what age of technology you're living through. Hell, I lived through the world of dial-up internet, and the fact that I have gigabit Ethernet right now, I could never go back. Having to spend 30 minutes to an hour to download a like a 3 megabyte MP3 back in the day. Never go back. Holy crap. This is taking so long. Jesus. I need to, you know what I should have done? I should have raced. Actually, you know what? Guys, see if it can beat it. Code new. I should have done this earlier and compared the results. I don't want to do ultra code because that also will take forever. Let's do implement a. Oh, I wish I had the original prompt. Oh, dang it. Implement a Pong game using Python at home/dev/Pong Claude. This game should provide bloom effects and visualize collision. All right. I'm using up the remaining Fable tokens I have for the week to make this. I'm at 79%. This is not the same prompt, though. I wish I would have thought about this earlier. For those who don't see, this is what I'm doing. What in the world? Is it doing ASCII art? When the boosted state everything within 2 to 8 pixels, it's really like struggling to get this figured out, I think. I'm not a Python person, so if we look at this code, I'd be like, yeah, it looks good. other than, your general programming practices. Response was truncated before completion. Context overflow detected. Auto compacting. So this is at least behaving better than my original setup, because my original setup, I think, just straight up killed the run. All right. Fable is 1.6 thousand tokens in and is almost done thinking, I guess. Whatever that means. LeBron James versus random 12-year-old. My CPU's up to 88 degrees. It starts to throttle at 93. Tapped out on wattage. RAM. Let's see. Fable is saying PEP668 blocks user site installs. I'll create a VENV without pip. Okay, so Quinn already did that, so way ahead of you there, Fable. That's a point for Quinn. 2.8k tokens from Fable. I mean, the initial Pong that this Quinn model made, I'm already convinced this is probably worth self-hosting for me. The speed is going to be a little rough, I think. I'll have to actually test that, because if the speed rough enough that I need to continue writing code manually. I was supposed to be playing some games with my friends. We have a scheduled Slay the Spire 2 game night, and I haven't heard from them. I've been waiting to hear from them before I hop off. Y'all ready for games yet, or what? Okay, I mean, Fable's actually kind of taking a little bit of time too. I figured Pong has been done before. I figured Pong would be one of the quicker games to knock out. Yes, I am a C++ developer. So those who are new to this stream, just a little bit of background. I've been doing C++ for about 15 years. My domain of expertise is modeling simulation, cross-platform desktop applications, and aircraft displays. So I wouldn't say I'm not a super genius here. I'm not like that mythical 10x programmer. I have experience and lessons I have learned through that experience, but I am not going to be your algorithmic genius, your leak code expert, if you will. And last year, I was working for a company doing automated robotics. So we're talking like fork trucks, lift trucks for factories. And I was laid off. Tariffs had an impact on materials for the robots, and new CEO, and I was one of the new hires, so I was an easy let go. So that's when I had the idea, okay, I want to make something, maybe a game. I want to stream doing it. I want to share knowledge, learn, that kind of thing. And one of the guys that I helped Basically, I mentored. He was a intern of mine. Been working with him to improve his interviewing skills and help him get a job in the area I live, and was successful. And he's like, "Hey, you should stream this." Yep, Jamal. Yep, he was on here a couple times. But he's like, "Hey, you should stream, share your knowledge. It's been very useful." Now, I'm still trying to find my niche. Who knows what I'll be doing? I'm not just C++, right? I enjoy technologies. I've done some C++ on stream. I play video games. I did a little bit of Odin exploration, a tiny bit of Zig for cross-platform C++ development instead of like GCC or Clang. I've done some game dev. I am actively building a game. No idea if the game's actually going to see the light of day. It is available to try out at briarthorn.game, but not a lot of gameplay features. It's mostly like prototyping and exploration and trying things out. Also have a mobile app that I've actually been working on for a minute, a couple of years now, for Magic the Gathering. I'm a big Magic the Gathering fan, and that I'm using Dart Flutter. But in general, I just like technology, playing around with things. I'm also considering trying pixel art. We'll see how that goes. Maybe I'll do that on stream. I don't know how well that's going to go. But also, because of that layoff, I'm like, hey, let's start the streaming now. I'm not blind to the amount of effort and luck that is involved with becoming a successful streamer. So, I'm not delusional. But if I start now, maybe it could become a full-time thing. If not, no big deal. I'm a senior engineer. I'm doing well enough. I don't really need the money from streaming. So this is more of just when I have an evening free and I'm not burned out from my day job, I hop on and play with some technology. And if you're on Twitch, listen to some music. And then maybe someday I will find a video editor or someone who wants to like learn to become a video editor and can grow with my channel. I think that would be the coolest thing, because I'm doing it myself right now and it just takes too much time. I still have a full-time job I have to work. Oh. Are we... I think we're done. Fable is done. Okay, let's see what Fable produced. It wants me to do... .vnv bin python pong.py. Oh my god. Is this better? Oh no. Guys, I think Fable may have done it better. This looks so much nicer. Ooh, it's getting quick though. Oh, man. Oh my god. I'm not sure, but I think the Quinn version, the like direction of the bounce might be better. I'm not sure. I'd have to do a side by side. But this like definitely looks a little more crisp. For sure. And it's taken me through what prompt are we on? 3 or 4 now with Quinn to try and clean up the scoreboard. It is interesting that both models landed on blue and pink, which makes me wonder what Pong implementation they trained their data off of. Like why is Pong teal versus pink? I do think the graphical effects are a little crisper and sharper with the Fable model. Did this give me AI by default? Oh, it did give me the ability to turn bloom off and on. That's kind of cool. AI. Oh, there we go. Okay, so it did give me AI. Oh, we need to try pausing. Does this have pause? Pause worked right out of the box. So I would say Fable one-shotted Pong much quicker and generally better than what Quinn did. That's, I mean, to be fair, I'm running on a commercial grade old GPU. Yes, that was Summertime Sadness. I forget who sings that, but it sounds familiar. I assume that was just a cover. Or I've heard that so many times that I just think it's a common song. I'm still finishing up soon. Oh, I need a thermometer. I cannot describe how hot it is in my room right now. Well, I guess this kind of tells you. No, it's not that hot. He is escaping out of my room into the house. Yeah. I mean, I guess this is, you get what you pay for, right? I have I don't know. This is probably brand new. This was probably like a $5,000 desktop PC, or you can pay $200 a month and use Fable up to its limit every week. But its limit goes quick because Fable chews through tokens like nobody's business. This guy is still trying to get me an AI. I thought this was actually going to be quicker because I need to get off, guys. But I wanted to see the result of this. Ooh, what's my GPU doing? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Guys, what happened? The GPU stopped doing stuff. Oh, we're back. We're back. Oh, man. At least with my current settings and GPU, this model is struggling a little. So I don't know how usable it is. Mainly because I do have access to Fable. If you didn't have access to this or couldn't afford it, then, and you do have a computer, I mean, we found out it's about $260 a year in electricity. You know what? That's, yeah, 260 added dollars a year in electricity for for running it 8 hours a day. Yeah, it's no longer crashing, so that's huge. I don't know what it's reiterating on. Thought for sure it would have been done by now. I didn't think it had that much left to do. There's no, you must call it Jarvis. Oh my gosh. I mean, I wouldn't want to call it Jarvis because you know damn well Marvel is listening. So I would want to come up with a name myself. I have a Roomba, like the robot vacuum. I mean, its sense has gone kaput and doesn't really do anything anymore. But I called it Whiskers. So I usually give I guess I'll make that a thing for my house. Any robots or AI, they're just gonna get like common household pet names. Whiskers, create me or print me. I mean, you can kind of imagine in the future, you know, Alexa, Siri, hey Google. Oh no, actually, don't picture the future. I do not like. Actually, I do not like this. Oh my god. Ugh. I definitely need to get on the self-hosted bandwagon. And I still need a NAS, a cloud NAS or something that I self-host. I'm out of Google storage, and I'm not giving Google my money. They already have my data. Crisp readable digits. So are we done yet? Let's see. What are we doing? Or is it struggling? Currently, is it? Let me step back and think. I'm over engineering the test. The essential question is, does the game look right? Oh no. Is it just, does it keep redoing this over and over? I wonder, I want to see if we could take a look at the code that Claude and let's open this in VS Code. See how bad this is. All right. So, let's do, you guys can't really see cuz here, let me shrink. All right. On the left is Fable. On the right is the struggling Quinn. Fable implemented in about 621 lines of code. Quinn is about, I mean, not bad. 623 lines of code. Did Fable use Pygame? It did. Okay, it's using Pygame. Quinn is using a lot of if else's. I mean, this is written so differently. Ooh, actually, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh no. Oh my god. Okay. I think just cursory glance, I think Fable wrote the code better too, mainly because it broke up the logic and made it a little easier to read. I can easily tell this function is, hey, draw the scene, draw the center text, draw the arrow, draw the debug state, draw the HUD. And over here, Quinn has draw, and it draws everything. So just right there, I would say Fable is writing code a little bit better. I mean, it has game logic separated out. It just didn't have the render logic. Fable also has game logic separated out. A lot of magic numbers. I'm seeing a lot of magic numbers with Quinn. Just if you haven't noticed, those who are new, I am a magic number hater. Like, this is fine. I'm not a fan of seeing stuff like this necessarily. Ooh, or especially this. Like, these numbers tell me nothing. And that's something I'm always looking for from these models when it comes to like reviewing code. How many magic numbers are they producing? Does it make sense? And like initialization values are perfectly fine because then you see what these numbers are associated with. But it doesn't seem as egregious. Oh, nope. We got a little bit of magic numbers here. Well, TTO. It's doing that. That makes sense. It's just this standalone. I think this is like a position vector or something, but I don't know. That's the problem. Without reading other code, I don't know. Like, this is something I would literally call out in a normal code review. But at the same time, you're also hopefully not dealing with code reviews that are this big, and so it's not as big a deal. It only becomes a big deal when you keep doing this over and over, and then your code just becomes harder to maintain and read. But yeah, it seems, I could be wrong, but it seems like there are more magic numbers going on with Quinn than Fable. Could be wrong. Without actually measuring it, hard to say. Ooh, are we done? Guys, we might be done. We're done. All right, let's try this. Change into Pong and run main.py. So I'm in Pong. Oh my god. All right, hang on. Let me run Fable. Okay. So Fable is on the top. Quinn is on the bottom. I mean, the Fable one is definitely more crisp. Are they using the same background? It's hard to tell because I'm streaming this Linux desktop through a wireless KVM. So there's some lost quality and crispness, but the Fable version does appear to be a little cleaner. There's some like duplicated numbers going on here. I don't know if you guys can see that, but they have 8 and 8 written on top of each other. So that's not great. I do like the shaking effect of the collision. I mean, it's a little overkill, but it is fun. I do like that. Trill, stop. All right. Space to play. I didn't ask for the vector direction, so I think this is the debug display. Is there a way to disable debug on this? There is. It doesn't. Collision debug. There we go. Oh, cool. So the fact that it gave a debug element to it's kind of nice. It's just night and day. Like, legitimately, I don't know if I myself have the creative foresight to like come up with nice looking visual effects. It's just not my wheelhouse. It's never something I've ever done. I wouldn't say I'm a artist by any measure. So when I can ask an LLM like, hey, give me some ideas, it's kind of nice. I'll be honest. It is kind of nice. But yeah, there you go, guys. That's the difference. All in all, I'm still kind of impressed. I can just self-host this and I have a model I can use. It's slower. I didn't get a chance to test it on C++ code yet, so I will at some point want to try that. I don't know if I'll do that on stream yet or not. We'll see. But yeah, this is sick. I think I'm gonna kill it though. I'm gonna shut this down because it's heated up my room enough as it is. So we will just power off. And now I am back in Windows on VS Code. And we will probably end it there. Thank you guys for hanging out with me while I explored this. This was actually kind of fun. I've got the itch, if you will, and now I'm curious how these models would perform on like a Mac Studio with a little bit more unified memory. So I might do some research, and I don't know. Maybe I'll sell some magic cards. We'll see. But anyway, thanks for hanging out. I will catch you guys at some point. Have a good night. See you guys.